Okay, let's talk about actually writing a comic book script. I've had this question a lot. People want to see scripts that I've written or I'm writing. I usually don't show off scripts for a few reasons. One big reason is most of my scripts are different depending on what artist I'm writing for and what that artist wants in the script. My job as a comic book writer is to write for the artist that I am working for. So I always start a conversation with the artist asking them their preferences and what I can do formatting, writing-wise, that will make their job easier when they get pages that are me trying to interpret what's in my brain and putting that onto a page, which is kind of a cool part of the job. So for that reason, it's hard to say that there is a standard script writing format for comics like there is for TV or movies. When I write for a TV show, I have script writing software and formatting criteria that I have to follow. Comics are a little bit looser. There are some things that definitely make everybody's job easier on your team. But first and foremost, my goal, my priority as a writer is to write for my artist. So the script is not for the consumption of the reader. It is more like a letter to the person that I am working with. All right, so we will look at Rogue and Gambit issue number 1, since this is all out in the world already with art by Carlos Gomez. And here is the very first page of the script. As you can see, the page fits entirely onto one page of the Word document. For me, that's pretty important. It's not a hard and fast rule, but for me, I like to make sure that the page I write fits onto one page. It keeps me from overwriting. The artist is my collaborator, so I should be leaving room for them to interpret the script and work with me, and not dictating in such a really heavy-handed way that I'm telling them line by line what to draw. They are not my hands, they are my collaborator and my partner, and I want to be really respectful and make sure that I am not being overly dictatorial in what I'm writing. And a couple of things right away. I'm immediately saying the time of day. This is important for both the colorist and for Carlos, the artist. And I am giving them some formatting cues so they know immediately where each panel is on the page. It's easy to read. I start every page as well by saying how many panels are going to be on the page. An artist can, of course, change that in any way that they would like. And dialogue, I indent just a little bit, so again, the format is super easy to follow and read. For me, I'm thinking about how the artist is working from the page. If they're printing this out, which I know a lot of my artistic collaborators do, then they can follow this really easily, and kind of all the work of like pinpointing where a panel starts and ends is done for them. Another thing I do is I number the dialogue. So on this page there are 6 dialogue balloons, and that is for the letter to help keep track, and then on the next page that starts over 1, 2, 3 on this page, and again you can see up top 3 panels on the page, and it's all confined to one page. So on this one, we are showing Gambit in an alley in New Orleans. We have a close-up on a playing card, and we're kind of pulling out a little bit more in each panel to see more of the card, revealing Gambit, and then he's kind of putting his hands up to fight. And then here is how Carlos interpreted that page. We have that playing card I talked about, and then kind of pulling back a little bit more to reveal our first look at Gambit and his little moment of drunkenly putting up his hands, and then on the next page we reveal that he's fighting with a bunch of members of the Thieves Guild. So that's kind of a very basic look at one of my comic scripts that I would write for Marvel. It's a very general format. But again, the script changes depending on the artist and what they need. If you look at one of my scripts for Harley Quinn that was written for Riley Rossmo, it looks nothing like this because Riley has a very different way of working. So my script is meant to accommodate Riley. Think of this like a letter. I am trying to interpret things from my brain visually into the script for the artist, and I'm giving them the information they need without being heavy-handed and taking away their artistic freedom in the script. So yeah, if there are other things you want to see in the script or you want me to go into more detail on, just let me know and I will make more videos on script writing.